Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by the Obviously Lee Authentic channel. My name's Leah, that is spelled L-E-A and not L-E-A-H. So we're going to be talking about this whole shakeup that's going down at Bravo. A bunch of, it's just a mess. And I noticed that there's a lot of people who are concerned. And I'm not concerned, but I'm wondering what's going to happen to some of my favorite series. So let's start off with Roa. So we found out that and I'm going to read the message for you guys. There are some major changes are going on with Bravo's programming. Roa has filmed during the summer months and premiered in the fall for years now. But filming for the new season is shockingly won't be till October of this year. So we all know that Roa normally films in the summertime. And then by the time it hits, if you watch last season's last season's thing, they filmed all the way, I want to say, before Thanksgiving. No, Christmas. They filmed for Christmas because they had the Secret Santa, the White Elephant Party. So they start in May or June, and they film all the way till December. And now they're switching it up because they are giving Real Housewives of New Jersey that spot. So for Real Housewives of New Jersey, they're saying Real Housewives of New Jersey is slated to take Roa's or Real Housewives of Atlanta's programming spot, as their new season will wrap in several weeks and air in late October, early November. So we've been seeing clips of the girls like Teresa, Jen, Jackie, and Melissa all at the beach. And we've also seen some of the new ladies that they've added. We've seen Tiki Barber and his wife and all of that stuff. So they're really doing some shifts. Also, for Real Housewives of New Jersey, they is really trying to ice out Miss Jen, yo. We're finding out that Jen has not been invited to a lot of things, even though she's a full-time housewife. This was posted. They're saying that Jen supposedly unfollowed her fellow cast member Jackie, which is no big deal because we already know that they don't like each other. But there was also information that Jen hasn't been invited to personal events. The women aren't inviting Jen over to their homes. And the only time Jen can hang out, and even they're kind of being shady to Bill, the only time they're allowing to have Jen over is when they do huge cast events. So they're kind of cutting into her filming time. They're also not allowed, I think production's also not allowing her to film so much with her family. So they basically trying to get rid of Jen, which I'm I don't know why y'all are trying to get rid of Jen, because people don't really like Melissa or Margaret like that. Teresa and Jen really was bringing the fire last season. So I don't get why the girls would want to push her out the way, because eventually people are not going to want to see y'all. That's just, it is what it is. So, also, they said Real Housewives of Orange County is slated to return before the end of the year. There was some tea dropped about Real Housewives of Orange County. So we all know Heather Dubrow is back, which a lot of people are excited because they feel like she's going to bring the oomph back into Real Housewives of Orange County, because last season was garbage. Last season was so dry and garbage. But this is what the reporting, or what they're reporting. They're saying that the Real Housewives of OC filmed their first all-cast party for season 16 last night, and things are off to a really crazy start. Shannon had a meltdown because Heather asked how David and the kids were. Shannon was with John, and we know John is her new man, and she said it was a slap in the face for him. It was a slap in the face to him for Heather to ask about David. The rest of the ladies were confused because John was fine and Shannon was the one having a freak out. So we see it's going to be Shannon versus Heather again, which I think we need something, because last season was just, it was too much of Bronwyn and too much of Kelly and too much of Emily, because Emily is dry. It was just too much. We also find out that Real Housewives of Dallas will be having a delayed schedule similar to Real Housewives of Atlanta, which they needed. They totally needed, because last season, people don't really watch Dallas, but last season with all that drama about like Cameron being like racist towards Tiffany, the Asian girl, that was not good. Like, it was a lot. Dallas has been having a lot of like racism. You know, we had Leanne. She was good until she made the comments about Mexicans. And then now you making comments about Asians, and it's not hitting on nothing. That's not good. And then we found out that NBC has a huge rollout, and a huge and lavish rollout plan for Peacock for Real Housewives of Miami, which will also air later this year. So I guess they're releasing Real House of Miami on Peacock. Here's my thing. I used to like Real Housewives of Miami, mainly because there was a lady on there with Leah, and she spelled it the same way as me, Lea. But I don't know. I really thought for Real Housewives of Miami, they were going to really like use that franchise to really be like a very diverse cast. And when you see everybody looks the same. There's only one black lady on there, and she's probably like an Afro-Latino, or maybe she's Caribbean. She's from the Caribbeans, but everybody else is like a white Latino. You got Larsa on there, and I'm just kind of like, this was Bravo's opportunity to diversify their cast. Like, there's nothing wrong with having the white Latinos on there. Like, I have no problem with that. Clearly, because I've been watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills in New Jersey, and I've reviewed New Jersey. So I have no problem with like all white cast. I was just feeling like my thing is like, because they're revamping this cast, I was really hoping that they were gonna have like a really good mixed group of women. Like, for me, I would have had like maybe two or three Afro Latinas, and like some a few Caribbean people, and then have maybe two people from the old cast pop in, and then everybody else from the old cast could have been friends of the show. But like, Larsa's on there, which I'm like, I'm not a fan of Larsa. And then that one girl with her lips, with her mom that had like a lot of the plastic surgery, she's on there, and one other girl is on there, and she was whiny, so I don't know. And I thought they were going to showcase it on, like, cable, but it seems like they're using Peacock to premiere the show, which I guess they're just trying to get a lot of people to go to Peacock, which they're probably going to have a lot of people go to Peacock, just like Zeus has had a lot of people go to them because of, like, Jocelyn's Cabaret and The Confessions and Bad Girls or Baddies, ATL, with the Bad Girls Club, like, reunion type stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I hope it does well for them. I think Dallas needs a shake up too. Like, if Real Housewives of Dallas is not working, maybe they could do Real Housewives of Houston. Texas is so big that they could probably do Houston, San Antonio, like all the major cities. With Real Housewives of New York, it's not looking well. Like, their ratings have gone down tremendously. People aren't really vibing with the cast. They're feeling like it's very forced, like conversations are being very forced, which is understandable. Like, I'm not watching it because last season was really dry to me and blah, so like I kind of just fell off of Real Housewives of New Jersey. So I'm hoping that they can revamp the cast again and bring it back to life. The thing about Roa is, like, I'm concerned for Roa. You can tell that Bravo is putting way more emphasis on Real Housewives of Potomac, but I don't want them to get rid of Roa. And it feels like they're trying to like throw Roa away and discard it. And I'm like, I don't want them to get rid of Roa. Or if they do get rid of Roa, then I want them to have another Real Housewives that is an all black cast. Maybe like Real Housewives of like Chicago, or Real Housewives of I don't know, Detroit or something, or Real Housewives of LA. I don't know. I just want an all black cast. So I'm kind of nervous about, well, not even nervous, I'm kind of concerned about what they're doing with Roa. I don't know, maybe they think by switching up the schedule, it might breathe more life into the cast, but they're having like all of these issues. Like I even said in my one video where it was like Real Housewives needs an update, where I went through all the franchises, and I'll post a screenshot of like what the video looks like. But I went through all the Housewives franchises and said things that I think they could do to improve. And for me, I've always stated that they should keep Kenya, Portia, bring back Eva, and Shamari. Now that I've seen Shamari on Encore, I feel like she could be the new Cynthia of the group. And then I would add 2 new housewives. So that would give you 6. And then then Candy and Cynthia could be friends of the show to Kenya or Portia. And then also I would push Marlo in there. So then we have 7 housewives. And I think that would be good. Because I think Potomac has 7 housewives, because you have Ashley, Giselle, Candace, Mia, Robin, and Karen. Did I say that right? Ashley, Giselle, Candace, Mia, Robin, Karen. And then they got the new girl, I think it's Alacia. No, Ascala. So that's 7. I feel like that would work. Like if they have Kenya, Portia, Marlo, Kenya, Portia, Shamari, Eva, those 4 being your main cast members, and I'll give Marlo being a cast member, and then you have Cynthia and Candy being the house, friends of the show. I think that would vibe so much better. But like Portia don't want to film with anybody. I think that's also what kicked back the season. Is they're filming Portia's new show about her life and her family life. And then she also is asking for more money because she's not comfortable. Like she's scared to be thrown to the wolves, which she needs to be thrown to the wolves for what she did to Fallon. And Simon needs to be exposed too. And then we have, she wants more money too, which I'm like, give her more money if she gonna come back on the show. Then you have, because they don't like filming for Portia's thing is taking so long, they haven't started filming for Candy's OLG, kind of like her version of Vanderpump Rules, because they're waiting on Portia's team to finish, I guess. So it's just a bunch of mess. And I'm just kind of like, I don't know where we gonna go from here. I don't know if they're gonna add new Housewives franchises, because currently right now we have Atlanta, we have Potomac, New York, Dallas, Miami's coming, Beverly Hills, OC, and New Jersey, and then Salt Lake City. So we currently have 8 Housewives shows. And I feel like if they're going to get rid of, because I thought they were going to get rid of the OC, because nobody was watching the OC. Like their views were abysmal. They were bad. So I thought they were going to get rid of OC and we were going to get a new Real Housewives franchise. But I don't know. I really don't know. It's like they're trying to shake it up and make it better, because maybe they've seen that everyone's been complaining. But yeah, y'all, remember to be bravely authentic. Make sure you drop down in the comments below and let me know, what are your thoughts? Like, do you think they're going to get rid of Roa? Do you think this is the end of Roa? Do you think this is the end of Real Housewives of New York? Like, what do you want to see? Like, what new city would you like to see? And yeah, y'all, I'm out. Deuces.